Welcome to Darlington Raceway, NASCAR's oldest superspeedway, on a sizzling hot weekend in Darlington, South Carolina. Next up, at the track Too Tough to Tame, NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying. And there are the cars lined up and ready to go. And receiving the green to start their session in just 2 minutes. So cars roll. Dave Burns, Dale Jarrett up in the booth. Kelly Stavast and Parker Kligerman joining us down on pit road in just a moment. They'll roll from the backstretch, Dale, down this front pit road and line up and get ready for what will be a very challenging qualifying session.
Yeah, and it's just the best thing is we have 2 qualifying sessions with the Cup cars coming later on, so they have to roll around very carefully, because I didn't even like my guys pushing my car around on the new tires, because that's how much they mean to get that lap. So yeah, they'll roll around there and come to the front stretch, and this way, that first lap, get up to go, that's whenever they'll be taking the green for their time.
A lot of different looks this weekend on Throwback weekend at Darlington. As always, Denny Hamlin swept the races last year. He'll be driving a tribute car to his owner, J.D. Gibbs. And you'll see many different colors and schemes today as they qualify.
Yeah, certainly. And J.D. had the opportunity to do some racing, and then got into the side of just helping his dad run the business, and what a great job they did of building this organization.
Shout out to JD back at home. And Denny Hamlin will get ready to qualify here. Hamlin's one of the drivers, Dale, that has gotten a hold of Darlington Raceway. You won here 5 times across 2 series. What does it take to understand this place?
Well, Denny's been great since the first time. I remember watching him here the first time, and I thought for sure in watching him that day that he had raced here before. It's just incredible. But when you think about the racetrack and you think about the styles that it takes, Denny Hamlin fits that. He's very good on and off the throttle, doesn't use a lot of brake, good at carrying momentum through the corners, and that's basically what you do. And the one thing that gets you in more trouble than anything else here is overdriving the corner, and Denny's good about not being able to do that and making a lot of speed still.
Denny Hamlin, one of 40 cars who are getting set to take time here in qualifying. That number has changed by 1. For some breaking news, let's get down to Parker Kligerman.
Right, Dave. The 19 of Brandon Jones, which is led by Chris Gabehart, failed pre-qualifying inspection 4 times. Now, with that comes a litany of penalties. I'm going to read them to you. He's not allowed to qualify today, as we mentioned. He also loses his car chief, Joey Elliott, who is ejected today. He must do a pass-through penalty after the green flag in today's race, which means he most likely will maybe go a lap down. So it's basically like starting a lap down. They've been docked 10 driver owner points, and they lose their pit stall selection at Indy and lose 30 minutes of practice time at Indy. A massive penalty for the 19 of Brandon Jones here today.
Parker, thanks. And Dale, the series really just trying to get a handle on the technical aspects of this, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Sounds like it. Pretty severe, in my opinion, for something that we see pre-qualifying. But that's what NASCAR deemed they should do. As we see Elliott Sadler here, he was the first car in line. But I think as he took off, he went up onto the track immediately. You have to blend over off of turn 2. And so put a little time on the tires and also heat up the engine a little bit. So I think maybe the 16 car also,
Ryan Reed,
are going to have to come back down, probably sit for a few minutes.
So there's that lap, DJ, on the tires that you didn't want to put on there already.
Yeah, he didn't want to put any time. He quit quickly, but you can see he just barely is up on there. Wow. That's close.
By the way, pre-qualifying technical inspection also found the 23 car of Chase Elliott in violation 3 times. The only penalty there was that the car chief was ejected. So Chase will qualify and race today. And Brandon Jones will race. He still has a chance to win at Darlington today, but that'll be from the back of the field, Dale, a lap down to start.
Yeah, a lot of penalties that go through there. And I understand Wayne Alton, runs a really tight ship over there and does a really good job with these Xfinity cars. And so, sending that message to the rest of the garage area that we need to clean this up a little bit. We're not here to be sending you back time after time just because you're trying to see how much you can get through.
A couple of driver changes with the Johnny Davis Racing numbers this weekend. Landon Castle will be in the 0-1 as Vinnie Miller has moved over to the, I'm just going to make sure I get this right, the 0. And Garrett Smithley will be in the 4. That's all because Ross Chastain is taking a new opportunity for 3 races with Chip Ganassi Racing in the 42. Good for him and a change for them.
Yeah, a lot of changes there and at a tough racetrack. But I saw yesterday Ross Chastain, we'll talk more about him when he gets on track and goes, but he was fast yesterday in this Chip Ganassi 42 car. Great opportunity. Sadler got back out there and goes to the top. You know, Ryan Reed now has replaced him in the first spot, but this tough qualifying lap, trying to make speed around here, getting up to speed, not abusing your tires any more than you have to. But right now you're just trying to make that top 24.
Kevin Harvick is in the 98 this weekend, just a little bit off of Reed's speed. That'll be third best. You only need to be the 24 best cars in round 1 to make it to round 2. Love this throwback paint scheme. This is back to BP, the 73 Cup Series champion, and Timmy Hill will guide these colors to the green today. There's Ty Dillon this weekend in the 3 car for Richard Childress Racing. His throwback paint scheme inspired by his early years in the ARCA series.
Yep, a lot of success there as he worked his way through the different series, onto the truck series after that, and then now here in the Xfinity series and Cup series also this weekend.
Nice float through 3 and 4. That'll put the 3 car to the top. For a moment.
Yeah, Christopher Bell goes out and Daniel Hemrick into that 3rd spot. You know, you wonder some of these young guys, we see them going out. Now we see a veteran like Kevin Harvick and even Elliott Sadler probably not get put up a lap that they could have put up. But the harder you go on these tires, every time that you do that, then you're taking a little something away from that. And so it'd be interesting to see if Christopher Bell and Ty Dillon, Daniel Hemrick, even Ryan Reed, who doesn't have a ton of experience here, did they take too much out of their tires in making sure that they got inside that top 24?
That Tiff took quite a bit out of them exiting turn 2 that time. Keeps it off the wall. Has a good lap going on the right. That's the 00 of Cole Custer. 2-car tribute is to Dave Marcus. The 00 is to A.J. Foyt.
Yeah, it's a great looking car that Cole Custer has there.
And this one, of course, to Davey Allison.
Yeah. Back his days also in the ARCA series.
This is Chase Elliott behind the wheel this weekend. Yeah, Throwback Weekend has really kind of taken on a broader feel this year. It's kind of form it as you wish, but go to the classics, and they're all over the board. It's trouble for the 0 of Vinnie Miller, and that'll bring the yellow out in round 1 of qualifying.
It's just off of turn 4 here.
As we head to break, we'll see what happened to the 0 of Vinnie Miller in turns 3 and 4. Yep, he stripes it. Kelly, thank you. And there you see the good-looking A.J. Foyt car that they are mimicking this weekend. I even liked how his driver's name is down above the 00 there, just like they used to do it. So, very cool. And Cole, yes, by the way, that look, the fans decided on that. He put out some particularly low number of tweets he needed to be able to do that. He should have gone a little higher, he thinks now, in hindsight.
Yeah. His fans need to be a little kinder to him.
Yeah, well, Cole's having fun.
He's
fast.
Yep. He is fast. That's the main thing. Got a good-looking race car and is fast. That makes for a good weekend. Justin Allgaier must have thought that everything was okay with this racetrack.
Off he goes. See Allgaier's time compared to the fastest car so far, Christopher Bell. And in a bit, we'll be changing that to comparing to the 24th fastest. See who makes it into round 2.
You can see there are a couple of lines, especially qualifying and on fresh tires. You can run around, especially in turns 3 and 4. See, Justin is able to go down that lower line, put down a good solid lap, and so the racetrack must be fine over there.
Different look this weekend for last week's race winner at Road America, the black and yellow 7. See what J.J. Yaley can do now in round 1.
That'll clock in 12th quick, probably right in that range of
maybe.
Yeah, gonna be close.
Cody Ware on track for B.J. McLeod's number 78. Cody, the 22-year-old from Greensboro, North Carolina. Son of car owner Rick Ware, who has a nice throwback scheme on his Cup car this weekend. A Days of Thunder look for the 51. And that'll put Cody 19th. You can see Garrett Smithley is on track, and so is Denny Hamlin. Helmet cam for the video, Dale, but the audio is not bad either.
Exactly right. Denny's third quick, and you could just hear there how much he was pedaling with the throttle and everything. So he was making sure that he didn't abuse the tires any more than what he had to get in a solid lap. And great looking Sport Clips car there. Lots for the race here this afternoon and everything.
So where we heard it bottom out, Dale, was over in the area of the track they've worked on some, a very bumpy turn 2 area, right? Yeah,
they've done some things there. Of course, getting into one, Denny likes to get down there and get his left side a little bit below the white line, and so that's a natural point that, especially before the air pressures build up in the tires a lot, it's going to bottom out a little. And then there are some patches over turn 2, and I think that's going to be a trouble area when we get into the races here this weekend.
Tyler Reddick on the left. Ryan Truex on the right. Two nice throwback paint schemes. Represented on the left, Tim Richmond's number 27 themed car. And of course that Wrangler 3 that not only did the Dales run back in the day, but Martin Truex, Ryan's older brother, ran this back when he was running for DEI. In the Xfinity Series.
He puts in the 12th fastest lap. Reddick goes to the top of the board right now.
Not sure what's going on with Chase Elliott. Understand he may have nearly tagged the wall and shut it down. Find your replay of that. This is Austin Cindric you ride with. Tenth for Cindric, and now 10th for Michael Annett.
Both of those should be plenty good times to keep them inside that top 24.
So we found out what happened to Chase Elliott, Dale.
Let's see. Probably has something to do with getting close to the wall. Oh, whoa. Woohoo. It's like the third time this weekend we've seen that off of turn 4, and they have yet to spin out. These guys are good drivers. Probably goes without saying, Dave.
Yeah, well, you just proved it right there.
Pretty amazing that a couple of times we saw it in practice yesterday, and then see that today, that generally you get a car that out of shape here, you're going around.
Hey, DJ, in a conversation taking place right now with Chase Elliott and his crew, he said, I think I spun those rear tires pretty badly trying to catch that thing. They just asked me, how bad do you think the tires are hurt? He said, I think they're pretty bad. You saw those crew guys looking him over right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's going to heat him up. Now, this isn't like a situation that if you would have spun and flat spotted him or something like that, but you get that much heat built up in those versus the front, then you go back out there and you've got your hand full once again. But again, he's just trying to get into that top 24, which he isn't right now.
Ryan Sieg bumped his way in. Timmy Hill was not able to improve in the 72 car. This is Brandon Brown in the 90. Sporting a Dick Trickle themed throwback, and he does get in.
I believe he was one of those that was sideways there off of 4 yesterday that we saw.
Yeah, and
he actually was into the wall.
I was going to say,
yes. Yeah.
And evidence that he actually found the wall as well.
But a good lap there for him.
Mm-hmm. Last year they ran the Heilig Myers colors that Trickle was known for with Ginny Dunleavy. And then this year, that is when Trickle was a rookie at what, age 48, I believe it was, in the Cup Series, and he ran for the Stavola brothers. This was how the car was painted up.
One of the greatest short track racers of all time. He could race anywhere, but maybe more wins than anybody on short tracks.
So you see the cut line over on the left. Garrett Smithley sits precariously there. 3 cars have not taken time yet. 1 won't. That's Brandon Jones's 19 car. He's not allowed to based on a penalty that was assessed to his team following failure of pre-qualifying inspection 4 times this morning. Jones will race, but he'll have to make a pass-through penalty on his first opportunity under green, and will be at least a lap down, Dale. I said 1 earlier. It may be closer to 2.
Probably be closer to 2 by the time you do that, because he's going to be at the rear of the pack already, and then they have to make that happen. So, yeah, it's a good chance he's going to be 2 laps down to start with. His best hopes would be that somebody messes up very early on before anybody else gets lapped, and he can get back to where he's just 1 lap down. And there's a high probability of somebody messing up early.
At Darlington?
Yeah.
To tell. This is a challenging place. Chad Fincham takes the 40 off of turn 4. And he'll put down a lap. Josh Balicki, the only car not to take time yet in the 45. That he made. What about yesterday in practice? Well, it included this one from Ryan Sieg. Hang on, Ryan. Nice job. Brandon Brown. And finally, the aforementioned Chase Elliott. Drivers that did not make it into round 2. And, of course, the big news at the bottom there, Brandon Jones not allowed to take a qualifying lap because of his pre-qualifying inspection penalties. And Chase Elliott, who spun almost coming off of turn 4. Kelly, he saved it, but now what?
Well, he saved it, and then there was a lengthy discussion between Chase and his crew chief, Chad Norris, about whether or not they were going to be able to make a second effort in that first round of qualifying. And Chase just felt like the tires, he had done too much damage to them to make another effort. He said, I'm not too worried about passing a lot of those guys at the beginning of the race if we start from the back. Well, after their discussion, I checked in with Chad Norris, the crew chief, and just asked him exactly what they're going to have to do, if they're going to have to change these tires, if they're going to be allowed to. He wasn't sure, so he was on his way to go talk to Wayne Otten, who will hopefully bring some clarity to the situation, and we'll have to follow up with that to find out what happens to the 23 to start this race.
Darlington Raceway alive again with the sound of Xfinity cars rolling out for qualifying. Round 2 coming up. It'll be a 10-minute session. See who can make it into the final 12 and perhaps go for the pole. The lady in black.
Yeah, no really holding back here on this lap and trying to make the top 12. I don't think that you can get yourself in that situation. You're just going to have to go all out and then take what your tires leave you if you're able to make it into that final 12 here.
Elliott Sadler first on the track in the 1 car. He'll come around to get the green. 00 of Custer is out there as well, and we're off. Let's look at Elliott's lines here, Dale. Down and then back up.
Yeah, and you're out of the throttle so very little, and then you've got to get in a good lap. You've got to, once you go back to the throttle in the middle of 1 and 2, you've got to stay wide open on the exit of the corner. See if Elliott takes that low line. He does a lot here qualifying. Just shortens it up a little bit. A little harder on the tires down there, but should be a little bit quicker way around.
So Elliott sets a standard. Here comes Custer's lap. Not quite as good. Kevin Harvick will challenge, but he'll be 3rd. And again, just trying to be one of the 12 best out of the 24 cars remaining. Happens quick.
Yeah, and I think the top 3 certainly have put themselves in position. Ty Dillon there in 4th at 29.66. We'll have to see about that lap.
Brad Keselowski in the 22 for Team Penske this weekend has not won at Darlington. Not in Cup, not in trucks, not in Xfinity. Would love to take home a trophy from this place.
Yeah, it's just one of those special places. You realize as a driver how much influence you have in having a good day here. Yeah, you still got to have a good car. You got to have a good engine. Got to make good decisions. But as a driver, what you do can factor in as to how well you're going to do. Good lap for Brad.
Ryan Reed right behind him. Allgaier supplants them both. Ross Chastain, what is on his mind, Dale?
Well, I think it's just being solid. I think he's over all the expectations and, you know, the reality that, hey, this is really happening. I've got this great opportunity. And now it's about going out and doing what you do. Show them why they gave you this opportunity. Got a solid lap.
Well, DJ, you were just remarking earlier about Ty Dillon's lap being so slow at 29.6. He actually came across radio and remarking that he ran too high because of all that speedy dry they put down. He said, you know, I didn't know anyone didn't run up there and clean it off. So you're saying how some guys were using that low line. I think it's going to be the preferred line as we go through his qualifying session, which is a line also I might add that Kevin Harvick loves, is that low line between 4.
Yes, fun to run down there. You know, as you get the tires older in the race, you're pretty much going to have to get up around the wall, and that'd be what you'll have to do. But when you have new tires and can be down there for a few laps, you feel like you're Superman around that corner.
And some are for the whole night.
They are.
Harvick's one of them, right?
Yeah, Harvick.
Hamlin. They'll be tough to beat, but
Elliott Sadler.
They're not unbeatable at this track. And we were talking about that this morning in our meeting, Dale. There are Xfinity drivers in the past who have beaten the Cup guys at this track. It just presents so many challenges and opportunities.
Yeah, we talked about how well Denny Hamlin did here his first time and coming here, and Chase Elliott did the same thing and showing up here and winning a race in, I believe, 2014. And Elliott Sadler got a win a couple of years later. So, yeah, the Xfinity guys go toe-to-toe with them here this afternoon.
On board with Hamlin. Needs to be just good enough to get ahead of Lebe in 12th right now. Does that easily up to 6th.
And I was thinking that lap that Brad put down might put him at 10th when this is over. He's 10th right now, so we'll see who may be left that might can challenge that.
Session is about half over. Jeremy Clements comes by in his 51 car.
And Matt Tifft in that 2 car, throwback to Dave Marcus. He's been fast at a lot of places, but this is a different place. Yeah.
Clements, of course, throwing back to his family heritage in the sport. I believe this was a car Rex White drove.
Yeah.
Yep. Themed after that.
Just misses that top 12.
Tifft will not make it in either.
Yep.
So you think that looks like Marcus's car? Well, let's prove it to you. There it is. And the only thing we haven't confirmed, right, are the wingtips. We don't know if Matt's found a pair.
Yeah, I didn't have a pair. Dave Marcus said yesterday on the show, the second practice, that, yeah, he had his over there just in case he needed to get in the car. And his only other remark is that Matt Tiff's car is not quite as red as what his was. But great job of doing everything that they do and what the crew and sponsors went through to make that happen.
A lot of time and effort goes into these paint schemes. A lot of discussions, a lot of give and take. We notice, some sponsors altering their logo just a little bit to have fun with the weekend, and it's so appreciated when you see the look that comes out.
Yeah, and as you pointed out earlier, it's that had basically 7 decades to deal with this year as we celebrate the 7 decades of NASCAR here.
Michael Annette's car represents the original pilot fueling station.
He took that low line. He had a nice little 10.5-second buildup. Still looks like he's going to get in that 12th spot.
Gave some back. He is there, but right on the line.
Well, you might put yourself right on the bubble, but here's a man that's fast too. It was actually the fastest, one of the fastest cars in the first round there.
In the green to start against 12th place Annette. We mentioned that he was mimicking a Tim Richmond paint scheme here.
Had it hung out there like
I was going to say.
Yep, doing his best impression right there.
Driving style might be a little bit like that as well.
Looks really good through there. He's going to be solidly in.
That'll put him 5th. Ryan Truex on the track as well, taking his second round first lap. Here he comes to the green.
Looks like just getting in. That was 0.03 of a second that he was able to beat Ryan Reed and move into that 12th spot.
Watch over on the right. Ty is in the red, but he's not far off. Ticker going the right way. Nice exit.
Yeah, did what he's supposed to do. Looked like he stayed in the throttle. So this is where he felt like he lost some time last time. He didn't go all the way to the bottom as we've seen Harvick and Elliott Sadler and others do. But it's looking like this is going to be good enough right now.
And that is going to move Truex out and put Ty Dillon in.
Up yourself back in. P10 right there. Good job, buddy.
That puts Brad Keselowski in that 12th spot. Didn't think we'd be saying that.
No, and Smithley. I'm not sure he took a speed lap there, Dale.
No.
Still thinking about it, maybe. No. And time will expire on round 2. That will set the final 12. See who runs for pole here. The fastest was Christopher Bell. Brad Keselowski snuck in. We'll have more qualifying from Darlington in a moment. 13 through 24, Dale. Here they are. Ryan Truex just missed out getting in that top 12.
Yeah, but not having another lap on your tire might make more difference when this race starts.
Let's head down to Parker.
That he did just miss out. What'd you need to maybe get or stay in that top 12 as you got bumped by Ty Dillon at the end?
I don't know. That's like I feel like the third time in like 4 weeks that I've been 12th with like 50 seconds left and somebody beats me. But it kind of worked in our favor. We said if we couldn't make like top 5, we wanted to be 13th, and we got it. So that's less in and outs and another less lap on our tires. So that's what we wanted. I don't know. I think my facial hair is just not aerodynamic enough.
That's the problem. What are you calling that? And do you listen to Three Doors Down on the way to the track? Because you look for 2004.
I did. I listened to that on the way here. I left my little silver sunglasses in my pickup truck, so I couldn't wear them. But yeah, I got my bootcut jeans out in the hauler. I'll put on after this, and we'll get ready to race. But really, just thanks to the Leaf Filter guys and Colleague Racing, they surprised me with this scheme. Really special to run this with all the history with Dale and Dale Jr. and Martin winning the championship here. It's really special to me, so hopefully we can give him a good day.
He's fully embracing this throwback to a throwback, guys.
Oh, it's the complete look, Parker. In fact, if you compare him with older brother Martin when he was racing in those colors, the facial hair, there it is. On the left, you can pick it out. The chin and the sideburns. Very
Nice.
good job. So they roll from the back stretch. That is where they are gridded, as the Cup cars are getting gridded on the front straightaway for their qualifying session to come up later this afternoon. Trying not to take any of that valuable grip out of the tires as they roll, Dale.
No, but you want to make sure that you're up to speed and going. You know, that's the main thing, is you're at full throttle, and these cars don't have nearly the horsepower. So, yeah, there's a balance there in making sure you get through and off of turn 3 and off of turn 4, and you've got the RPMs up.
Keselowski first to make a go.
Ran a 29.53 to get that 12th spot.
Nice and smooth through 3 and 4, back on the gas. The field will have to beat a 29.47.
Picked it up a little bit from that, so that's a good sign.
There's Ross, currently first. Reddick can't beat him.
Yeah, Chastain, that's a really good lap at 29 flat. Christopher Bell just barely beat that, ran a 28.99 to lead that second round. What a solid effort by Ross Chastain. Sorry to Dave.
No, that's all right, yeah.
Just to come in here with all the hype, the expectations, getting that first opportunity, and he's done everything right in practice and qualifying so far.
Custer is in the red, not close to Chastain's lap, so he'll take a starting spot of 3rd.
2.5 tenths.
I was going to say, I say not close. In this sport,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we're so used to, by 1,000th.
Uh-huh.
Well, 2 tenths, not bad. And I think Cole knows he has a pretty good race car for this afternoon's event. Which, by the way, we showed you starts in the heat of the day. I'm telling you what, it is going to be a workout for those drivers in the cars, Dale.
Yeah. They're glad that we say keep saying it's a short race, and relatively it is, but still going to be a long, hot afternoon for the time that you're in the car.
And DJ, actually, I just want to add that before this qualifying session, I saw numerous drivers drinking Pedialyte, obviously, to hydrate for this race later today. And remember, these Xfinity cars are even hotter than the Cup cars because we seal them off so intensely.
That's a very good point. See the right side window in there, Dale? This is a super speedway, 1.366 miles in length. And so by rule, NASCAR will have them put in that right side window. And that takes back the airflow a little bit.
Yeah, say it's going to be a tough day just for the Xfinity drivers, and then you throw in the few Cup drivers that we have going to do double duty, and they might have to just make sure that they've gotten themselves taken care of to this point, and then be ready for tomorrow evening.
What can Kevin Harvick do in the 98 car?
You could hear he had to lift a little bit there. I don't think that he's going to be close to Ross Chastain's time. Kenny Hamlin's actually off of it right now, too.
Harvick will look at 4th.
That was an outstanding lap. Christopher Bell might have a shot at it. He's going to be close to Ross. See if he can get it done.
3rd for Hamlin. Bell is in the green and now off of it.
Yeah, lost it off turn 4.
Oh, so close. There are 4 corners and the last one hurt him. Maybe the last 2.
Yeah.
How he rode through 3 and 4.
Yeah, it just looked like he had to pedal it too long in getting off the exit there of turn 4, and that hurt his straightaway speed.
Allgaier can't do it.
Sadler close. Let's see what he's got. That'll make a really good 3 and 4 here, though.
You see the red out there, but all cars on the clock can come around and set a time. Sadler will be 7th. Hemrick was in the green momentarily. Now the clock going the wrong way. Now back going the right direction.
He's got a shot at him here. Looks like Ross really got through and off of turn 4 really well. Hemrick gonna miss. Good lap though.
4th for Daniel Hemrick. And that's gonna do it. The Cinderella story continues for Ross Chastain as he's gone to the top of the board in the final round at Darlington and will have his first career pole. Kelly?
So you can imagine people have come over already to congratulate Ross Chastain, first career pole. Taking full advantage of this opportunity, what's it going to be like to lead this field to green for the first time?
I don't know what to think. Can't thank Jeff and Paul at CarPuff enough. DC Solar for giving me this opportunity. They told me after practice that it would be okay, and I was pretty down. And I was driving the car terrible, like looking back at what I was doing, and just to have confidence in the car, Josh Wise and Mike Shiplett to just sit me down and say, look, just drive the car, do what you know to do. It's crazy. So we're on the pole. Wow, that's I got to work on my long run speed though. That's a big thing I spent all night not sleeping about, was focusing on lap 25 and on. So even if we don't stay right there off the bat, wow, it's insane. My 4-car crew chief came over, was talking whenever you told me. So no, it's cool. I know I'm rambling, but thank you, Jeff, Paulette. Can't thank you enough. And we just get to go racing and enjoy this weekend.
I'm sure expectations have been high the minute you knew you were going to be in the 42 car. How have you been able to kind of rein in the nerves that come along with that?
I haven't. No, I mean, I think if I wasn't nervous for this, I probably shouldn't be doing it. Had no intentions of going out and qualifying the pole. Thought if we were top 10, that would be pretty good. So no, all this week was just happy to get in the car finally and just let everybody at CGR teach me. And that's what they've been doing the last 2 weeks, is just coaching me on everything. And now we just get to go have fun and race. And that's what I'm most excited about, is getting to race all day.
All right, so far it's paying off. Congratulations, Ross Chastain, first career pole.
Yeah, sounds like he's got things in the right order. He's thinking about lap 25 and on. That's going to benefit him there, but he went out and let his talent do the job in getting that first pole.
Pole for Chastain. He'll lead him to green. We'll step away. These guys will have it when we come back. NASCAR America with Krista and Kyle.
Well, it only takes one word to describe this place, and that's Darlington. It's awesome to be here. So much tradition. Talk about this track being difficult. I want to show you why. Long front straightaway, but as you look into turn one, it's only one groove. We see people trying to go through here too wide. Doesn't normally work out well, because when I'm in the outside, a guy underneath me, look how quick I get to the wall. See a lot of people side by side hit the wall here. Now I'm going to slow down a little bit. Talked a lot about the exit of turn two, how tight things get. It's been made even worse. Look at the black marks. It's only a groove and a half through here, but check out these bumps, these patches that have been put in here. Look how rough it is. It makes the car bounce around a lot, jumps around a lot, and then you got the exit of turn two wall that we see a lot of people hit. Turn three is just crazy. That's the only way I know to describe it. Look at the wall, how it actually leaves and goes outward, and then it comes back in. A lot of people hit right there. You see people running all the way in here on the apron. This is something new. Asphalt down here is a little bit fresher than up top. You can make this bottom work, but then you come up and you hit this wall. A lot of times you hit that wall. So to me, this racetrack offers so many challenges. Just getting around here trying to make good lap time is hard enough all by itself. And then you add pit road. Now, the reason I'm going to talk about pit road, we don't do that, is because so many people miss it. And I want to show you green flag pit stops why. You're looking at what I'm looking at. Where's pit road? Where does it start? You can't see it. You still can't see it. It's not till now I missed it. That's how you miss it, because you cannot see pit road. If you don't practice it, you're going to miss it. We'll see people tonight have problems with it. Everything here is hard. That's why I love it.
I got a question for you, Jeff. You talk about coming in and watching you go into turn one here. I've always considered turn two here like getting on an interstate where two lanes merge into one and everybody's accelerating at the same time. How do you know as a driver when to give and when not to give? Because that is the place where catastrophe can happen.
Yeah, Kyle, to me, it's what lap you're on. You know, like you have to make decisions at this racetrack. And what we've seen in modern racing at Darlington looks different than it used to. The rule used to be that when you came down this front straightaway and somebody was underneath you, it was their spot. You would lift right here, let them go, and then take back off. But today, we see them run through here side by side. Okay, so you make this part. So how the heck do you get off a turn two side by side? And that's to your point. Because if you get out here at all, you get in the debris, and you're going to hit that wall, right? So it's just decision-making at the right time.
And you talk about decision-making. I have one question. We talk about Darlington, the lady in black, too tough to tame. A.J. Foyt came here in '85 and had to take the rookie test. That's the way the racetrack was portrayed to so many people. When you won here, and you've won here, when you approached this place as a driver, did you approach it as another competitor?
So Kyle, this racetrack suited me because, you know, my aggressive level wasn't as aggressive as other people. So when I actually attacked this racetrack, it was probably other people's 95%. It suited me really well because that was my 100%. So if you run this track at 100% the entire week, the entire day, you're going to hit it. There's just no way you can go around it. And, because, you know, if you're going to run the three rather on the outside, you got to be up here. And you got to get right against that wall, and then you got to ride the wall. You can't steer away from it. You got to ride it all the way around the corner. And if you make any mistake at all, you're going to get into it.
And it's kind of strange because you're so aggressive now, Jeff.
I'm sorry, Chris, I couldn't hear you.
I know, you're so aggressive now. Now you're like at 120%.
I am. What's awesome about this car is I'm told I cannot hit anything with it, which takes a lot of the fun out of it. But the other thing is that I've gotten old enough where I can't hear y'all if I go fast.
I love that. I'm going to use that with my wife.
Yeah, good try. Good try. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I tried that, Kyle. It doesn't work.
All right, well.
This is one of those places that makes you feel
Ladies
good.
and gentlemen, NASCAR Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett!
Hello, everybody. Growing up, when my dad was racing not far from here, and then, you know, coming here and watching him win the Southern 500 in 1965 was just incredible.
Number 11 is the winner, Ned Jarrett, a race that will be long remembered.
one thing that happened here in 1995. I was driving the 28 car for Robert Yates, and Robert basically on a napkin as we're sitting there wrote down what he proposed to do for me as a driver for 3 years, and we shook hands, and that was basically my contract. The rest maybe is kind of history, if you will.
And Dale Jarrett is going to pull it off.
Won the Daytona 500 in '96 and went on to win the championship. Probably the biggest day of my entire career.
Getting ready to set the field for the Southern 500. Darlington Raceway, Monster Energy Cup cars getting ready to hit the track too tough to tame. The lady in black. It is Throwback weekend, and we threw it back with, oh, I guess these shirts are actually new. They're newer shirts, but I say let's throw it back and maybe go single car qualifying. Let's not do the group qualifying we have now. Let's see if we can maybe, put a little more pressure on these guys when they go out there.
Yeah, definitely put a little more pressure on them, and also take a little bit longer. If you want to really take a long time, we could go all the way back to the first Southern 500 when it took 15 days to qualify the field for this race. Yeah. They would take 5 cars, the 5 fastest cars each day, and then everybody else would have to try again the following day. So that was a little bit extreme. This will take about an hour. So imagine that tells you the difference in the times that have changed.
15 days it took to qualify. All right. So
teams really invest a lot. Here you see the car getting unveiled. There's Andy Petrie, who worked on that particular car back in the day. See Chocolate Myers.
Yep.
See, the teams have had to get more and more creative. It's like each one seems to ante it up a little bit each year, and the teams go further than just the decals and the paint scheme on the car. They emulate how the car may have been unveiled in the past and so forth. They will have the hats, the shirts, the uniforms, everything. The uniform, they even do the facial hair and the haircuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting really creative. It's a lot of fun to see.
And first out on the track, that's 17, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
This is the middle of the day, so guys aren't going to wait too long. They just go right out on the racetrack. Not going to change. The track should change a lot throughout this throughout this session, so guys don't have to wait. Might look in the sky a little bit though. We got some clouds today, so you might look around for some cloud cover to see if maybe you could get a little bit cooler track temperature.
And these guys going out for the first time today. Obviously, they had 2 practices yesterday where they were able to be on the track. One guy who was out there more recently than even these guys that have been out on the track, Jeff Burton joining us. You were just out on the track in the NBC Toyota on-track car.
It's hot, just to be clear. It's hot. Still hot in Darlington on Labor Day weekend. News break.
I know we talked about Chicago being so miserable, and I really think this is worse. These conditions are worse. These guys will race later in the day. So that'll be a little bit helpful, but still those conditions in the car will be so hot and humid.
Yeah, the humidity level here is just crazy. It's just, there's thick.
A little wiggle there out of Casey Kane coming out of 4 to take the green. And Kane goes 28.80. Probably won't be very happy with that. 5th quickest out of the 5 that have been on the racetrack. Right now it's Ryan Newman that is the fastest.
Matt Kenseth, 2nd at a 29, just right off Newman. I think Newman's got a pretty good car this weekend. Matt Kenseth's shown some really decent speed for that team so far.
Yeah, they were good in practice yesterday.
Yeah, this is a track too where Matt can make a difference. A lot of the racetracks we go to, you're really at the mercy of the car and the ability the car has. It's a driver's racetrack where you can feel like from the seat you can do some things. So, yeah.
One thing I'm going to find interesting too, please excuse me if I'm repeating something you've already said, but can someone, mainly Kyle Busch, find a way, because he always does it, to not go fast in round 1, to save a little bit of tire? Because this is a place where it would really help, because this place is so hard on tires.
And we saw that in the Xfinity Series qualifying, because Ross Chastain went out in that first round of Xfinity Series qualifying, and it looked as though
about 15th.
Yeah, about 15th, and it's like, man, I thought he was so much faster than that. Well, then he goes out and he wins the pole. Let's bring in Kelly.
Well, and Rick, I actually just spoke with Kyle Busch just before he climbed into his car for his qualifying effort and asked him just that. I said, how hard do you push it throughout the rounds of this qualifying session? And he said, round 1, not very hard. When I asked him to put a number on it, he said, probably about 80% round 1, 90% round 2, and then give it everything you got in that round 3.
That makes me nervous because it's so hard to do in the Cup Series because there's competition from 1st to 30th. 80% just might be a little too much. You just never know. Where in the Xfinity Series, there's a bigger difference between first and 24th. The time you can kind of be a little more carefree there, but you don't want to go too easy in the Cup Series, man. These guys will beat you.
And the throwback there.
And you're not going to get.
Yeah, the 21 of Paul Menard.
You're not going to get to go out and pick up time here if you make a mistake and go too easy.
Well, you might could pick up off of your slow lap, though. If you made a mistake, you probably could still get in the top 24, but now you put now you've done the opposite of what you were wanting to do. You put more laps on your tire.
Alex Bowman didn't go too easy. He's at the top of the board at a 28 flat, and that's another car that has had surprising speed. When I look at his lap times in practice 2 specifically, that car looks really fast. Great to see them guys find a little speed.
Here's Ty Dillon, 0.3 of a second off, going the wrong direction, though.
Even though Bowman didn't bring a throwback, still it's good to see those guys run good. give them a hard time.
There will be penalty points. Yeah, if you don't have a throwback.
We got to have some kind of system.
It is
that encourages the throwback.
It's very big here at Darlington. They have embraced it for 4 years now as far as the throwback scheme.
I mean, look at Rusty Wallace. His car looks good.
And Rusty,
it sure does.
Rusty's doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
It's such a big deal for the sport, but also this track. I mean, this is their race. This is they build around that throwback campaign, and so for the teams to participate, it's a big deal.
Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, 2 guys you're going to keep your eyes on tomorrow as far as battling for the win. Denny Hamlin coming off the win a year ago.
And look at Hamlin's line through 3 and 4. He ran the high line. See a lot of people running the very bottom. He chose to run the top, P2 right now.
I asked Chase Elliott about that. I saw those guys in practice running a little higher in 3 and 4. He said there is some good speed up there. That the bottom wasn't as quick for those guys.
Joe Logano in that 22 with a Steve Park remembrance there.
I wonder if left side tire change may change the groove just a little bit for us this weekend.
Yeah, the track's another year older. You know, this track changes every year, and it just gets older and older, and maybe that bottom groove, maybe that grit's come out of that bottom groove and made the top better, so because you don't have to turn the wheel as much.
Right.
Bowman still quickest. Jimmy Johnson has moved up into the 2nd spot. Kyle Larson on the clock now, as well as the 14 of Clint Boyer.
I like that paint scheme. That thing is cool. Got the cubic inches on the hood.
358 on that. That's awesome.
Is that accurate to today's motor? That would be the question.
Well, there are rules. Yeah. Let's always remember that. There's a rule book that says what they have to be.
And he's going to try to run on that apron just a little bit with the left side. It helps the car turn a little bit, getting that left front down on the apron. De-wedges the car just a little bit.
So Larson went to P1 on that lap. Boyer 20th. It's hard to believe Boyer would be 0.6 of a second off. I wonder if he didn't roll around there just a little easy. But that's tough there because you have Kyle Busch, Almirola, William Byron, Kurt Busch, Truex. Still have good Chase Elliott, McMurray, still have good cars left to go. So Boyer in 20th, that's going to be close to making a top 24.
Just saw Landon Castle in the 00 making his way off the racetrack. You mentioned, you know, the drivers that come for this weekend. Bobby Allison, his brother Donnie Allison, they're going to be here. A special event tonight that the track is holding. So many different drivers coming back and embracing the throwback weekend here.
Kurt chose that bottom. He went all the way around with the left sides on that white line as opposed to Denny Hamlin up by the wall. He went to 4th. McMurray with limited practice time, broke an engine yesterday, 25th.
Matt DiBenedetto in 22nd. Wonder how that makes you feel, knowing that's your paint scheme out there running around. That's got to feel good. Come here and have a guy bring your paint scheme to the racetrack.
Yeah, man, it's an honor. It's cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Suarez 23rd. I'm sure he was wanting a little more.
Murray's going to run the second lap. Looks like it.
Well, McMurray may be looking at this a little bit differently. He's going to start at the back anyway, so he's more or less just using this as a practice session to get some laps on his car. Oh, trouble.
Kerry Earnhardt spinning down the back straightaway.
And makes contact with the inside wall.
Stopped up against the wall here. It stepped out right in the middle of 2, and then it turned sideways on it.
Jeffrey, he's in a Dale Earnhardt paint scheme from 1978. Looks like that started way all back there around, corner exit. No contact. Doesn't look like it had hard contact with the right front, but the damage to the right rear is going to make that a difficult repair if they can repair it.
This track, when you spin off turn 2, it's a long way from the outside wall to that inside wall, but rarely do you get a chance to not hit it. You're going so fast off of turn 2.
You see the deck lid a little bit messed up there as he was sitting up against the wall, but already sideways as we see the tire tracks coming off at 2.
Yeah, and all you can do as a driver is just lock it down and basically hope. There's really nothing that you could do. So
in this first round, as he was getting back into the gas, coming off of 2, he gets into the wall and stops the clock for round 1. Track just opening up for, again, continuing of round 1 of qualifying for the Monster Energy Cup Series. Kyle Busch on the clock, and he goes 10th quickest with that lap.
If that's 80%, watch out.
Yeah.
William Byron second.
See the 9 of Chase Elliott out on the track.
That bumps Boyer out. Make it difficult for him. They have to try to rerun. It'd be interesting to see if they do that.
McMurray's just making laps, by the way. He is not qualifying.
So one of the things that happened when, look at this, here's Eric Almirola. He's on the racetrack, and in front of him, Jeffrey Earnhardt spins. That's a huge disadvantage to Almirola because we've talked about laps on tires and how much that can matter. Well, he's on track. He didn't get to complete his lap. So he's got to come back in, cool the tires off, and go make another run. Now, that might not hurt him in round 1 so much, but as these rounds progress, that could be a little bit of a disadvantage.
So he's back out on the track now for this will be his first lap of qualifying, even though on the tires it will be at least the second lap. There's Matt DiBenedetto in the 32 with the Jeff Burton throwback paint scheme.
He's going to have to, if he's going to do a Jeff Burton, he's going to hit something.
You mean he just needs a Darlington stripe? He needs to.
Yeah, go with that. Okay. That sounded better.
In the green for Almirola on the left side of the screen. And that's in comparison to David Reagan, yep, in 24th. That's making it into the top 24. Again, the top 24 will advance into the second round. Almirola 18th. Will that keep him in the top 24? That should. Everyone has taken a lap. With the exception of Jeffrey Earnhardt, he did not complete a lap. There are only 40 cars here, so all 40 will start tomorrow's race.
Unless someone had a major issue on their lap, it's going to be hard to go out and run faster. So Darrell Wallace Jr. 24th, I think his biggest question really is Clint Bowyer. Did Clint Bowyer have a bad lap? And can he pick up?
And Clint Bowyer is on the track, as we see David Reagan. Also trying to do better this lap. He is 25th. And now Bowyer and Reagan, both in the green compared to Darrell Wallace Jr.
Reagan with a really good lap off of turn 2. See if he can hold it in turn 3. Here comes Clint.
Clint's
looking
also
good as well.
Yep, both of them looking very good. That could be bad for Michael McDowell, who's 23rd.
They got some decent shade on the racetrack right now in turn 3 and 4 and in turn 1 and 2.
Here comes Suarez also. So David Reagan, 16th quickest, easily into the top 24. Clint Bowyer, 15th quickest now, bumping Reagan down to 17th. But that puts Ricky Stenhouse Jr. now on the bubble with just over 2 minutes to go in qualifying in this first round.
And Suarez is going to do it, 19th.
You know, it's hard. There's so many clouds, it's hard to really tell when you're going to get that cloud cover. And I know some guys are maybe not pushing it as hard as they can for this first round, but can't discredit what that cooling can do. That even just those 10 or 20 degrees that it may cool the track make a big difference.
So I think Eric Jones and Chris Buescher, they thought they were in really good shape. I don't even believe they were worried about running again, but now Buescher's on the hot seat. Eric Jones is 23rd.
Bubba Wallace back out on the track in that 43. Look at the steering wheel, man.
And didn't get off that corner the way he'd hoped.
And McDowell's in the green, but Bubba Wallace not. He was a little over 0.2 of a second off.
Michael's got a 10th going into turn 3. Gaining up to 0.2 by center of the corner. Doesn't have the exit. Looks like he's going to lose all that on the exit there. Got into turn 3 pretty hard.
Under a minute now. Casey Kane on the clock. Casey Kane was 30th, trying to improve upon that, get into the top 24.
Track's taking a lot of rubber, man. You notice that, Jeff?
It's black in the groove.
It is great. They made a left side tire change. A little softer tire, a little more tire wear.
30 seconds. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. easily will get back to the start line for his qualifying run.
You're right on the number.
He's going to have to improve what he did his last lap by a little over 6/1000ths of a second. That's the difference between Chris Buescher and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right now. In the green and back to the gas quick.
Really good turn 1. Off the throttle, but
lost it there. Charged to that second apex, and you could hear the car getting into the racetrack a little bit, bottoming out. Cost him some speed on corner because he couldn't go to the throttle like he wanted to. But
yeah, drove into 3 really hard, but you heard how long it took him before he could get back to the throttle, and that killed the exit.
He's gonna see this time too and know that he could have made a little bit of a difference. Be frustrated. I think his car's just a little bit better.
2/100ths of a second slower that lap than he was his first lap, and what Chris Buescher was able to do to make it into the top 24. Kyle Larson was the fastest. There's Rusty Wallace. He also is going to advance on to the next round. Look at 25 through 40. These positions locked in now. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. closest to making it into round 2, but does not. Bubba Wallace in the 27th position. Casey Kane 29th. And again, Jeffrey Earnhardt, the situation there, coming out of turn 2 and got a little bit sideways and into the inside wall, so he did not end up taking a lap. There's a throwback paint scheme.
Not really.
Oscar Mayer.
I don't remember that one.
I saw the promos as it was building up. That's the Oscar Mayer Wiener car. Look what they had.
I got you.
It's what Matt Kenseth is going with there on that paint scheme. Steve Lachart, what's going on, bud?
Well, I was a little worried with the heat, Rick, that the pit box wasn't going to be a very popular spot today, but I'm joined by Casey. Casey, I appreciate you coming by here on this hot, steamy Saturday and Labor Day weekend down here at Darlington.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to come by. I wish we were in this round for sure, but we're just a little too free with our Dumont Chevrolet, and we'll have to now it's just race, so yeah, I think we'll be better in race than what we were there qualifying.
So first I want to talk about your paint scheme. I had flashbacks of a bad time when you guys completely annihilated everybody back in that scheme in 06, I think it was. Yeah. You won 6 races, 6 poles. It seems like every mile-and-a-half track you were the guy to beat.
Yeah, that was a lot of that was car 128, if I remember right.
That low left side frame rail. I remember that
really
car.
Really good. And I think we won 4 of them with that car maybe, so that was a great car. It had a lot of speed. Kenny Francis was tuning on it, and a lot of our whole group was strong that year, really strong.
So all weekend long, we're going to talk about the throwback. We're also going to talk about this racetrack. So we see qualifying right here. Kevin Harvick's out there making a lap. So we know how tough the racetrack is. In your mind, though, which end is tougher for you?
Well, right there in qualifying, turn 1 was my hardest point. I felt like the track picked up a good bit of grip right as you would load, as you would lift, and the car would load. My car turned a lot sharper through there. So the way you usually just kind of let it gradually get up to the wall, and I was kind of sideways through there. So for me, it was 1, but a lot of times it's 3 and 4, and then also the choice, the lane choice you run there. There's 3 choices basically in 3 and 4, and you'll see a variety of that going on today, but it seems like the middle has been pretty good to me in 3 and 4 in qualifying.
Yeah, we were wondering. I know it's a new left side tire. Dale was talking earlier that he thought that might change the way guys run through 3 and 4. We see Suarez here. This is exiting, I think, turn 4 right there. Yeah, that's exiting 4 coming down the front stretch. He was a little bit higher. We saw Menard in the middle. So you think there's 3 real options at that end of the racetrack?
Yeah, I think for sure there's 3, and there'll be 3 in the race as well. I mean, you can kind of go wherever, but I feel like there's a little more grip in basically 3 spots than the other places. But, yeah, it's all about, you know, how hard you can get in without slowing down the car and then end up in that lane that you want to start accelerating again in.
So the big news this year, you announced, all right, I'm all done with this full-time racing. I thought that was interesting. So talk to the fans. I know you've been on the podcast and a bunch of different things, but it sounds like you're ready to keep driving, just not a full-year commitment and what it takes to run all year in NASCAR at the Cup level.
Yeah, absolutely. I love racing. I still do. And I've put a lot into it over the years and still really enjoy that. But, yeah, I feel like if I ran all 38 races again next year, I'm not sure I could make that commitment to the team to give 100% like the entire season. And I feel like you need to do that. And there's guys here that can. So, you know, I want to do something different. I'll run my sprint car, maybe run some Cup races. You never know, a couple. And then maybe who knows what other types of cars. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And then this race I was actually thinking next year me and Tanner will be in the grandstands.
I was going to say.
Actually watch a race and enjoy it and have fun there.
So I asked them not to have any flashbacks, but they did because these hurt me because I was the losing end of all these. But we're going to go back. The Coca-Cola 600 back in 2006. That car, that chassis you talked about, Kenny Francis. I mean, this is one of many dominating performances that year.
Yeah, that was, for whatever reason, Charlotte was kind of our track there for about 3 or 4 or 5 years. And it didn't matter what race it was, the All-Star, the 600, the Bank of America race. It didn't matter. We had good speed. We'd run the car different ways and everything and still be really good at that track. And I think the team, Kenny just had it figured out, and I was the lucky one that got to drive it, and the car was super, super good.
Have you really been able to step back and kind of look back? You know, I had to do that as well, right? So I stopped crew chiefing, went up into the broadcast booth, and it took a little bit of time to appreciate maybe what I had done throughout those years. Have you had a chance to look back at some of the numbers you've put up? They're impressive. You've won a lot of races.
Yeah, so before I decided to pull back some, I didn't look at any of that. And then after I did, I actually saw a lot of people talking and, tweeting me or just different stories that I saw, and was like, man, I forgot about that, and I forgot about that, and I forgot about that. And that was pretty cool. But I haven't looked back real closely. I think maybe down the road we will. So, no margins, but we were still a half second off of where we needed to be, to be on the top 5 of the board.
See Kurt Busch right here. Got that big win a couple weeks ago at Bristol. Another track that I think is demanding on the driver. We'll see if he can find a little bit more. This is going to be difficult, right? Because now these guys are going out and making runs on even older tires. How do you manage that? How do you guess how much grip those tires have?
Yeah, I mean, slowing down here, coming in the pits, cooling the car off, the tires, the engine, all that stuff helps a good bit. You can go out and make another lap and have pretty good grip still. To me, Kurt got back down the hill in turn 2 really well.
Yeah, it shows. 11th quick, yeah.
Yeah, I got to 11th, so he got down the back stretch pretty good and through 3 and 4. He ran the bottom of 3 and 4 there, which everybody has a different way, and a lot has to do with, you're driving for one, but also your car setup. There's a lot of times you can't run the bottom if you're really good on the wall.
Yeah, we see a lot of other guys right here. As the time expires, all trending in the red. You mentioned it, the grip goes away in the tire. Looks like that's going to be our top 12. Almirola is going to be the last one to sneak in. Casey, I can't thank you enough. It's so cool that you guys, it's a hot, steamy day, but you get right out of the race car. I know it's disappointing when you don't move forward, but to come up here, join us, talk about it, helps the fans understand what qualifying's like here at Darlington.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for inviting me and getting to hang out a little bit.
Appreciate it. See, guys, even as hot as it is, the pit box is still the place to hang out.
We agree. For you, it's the best place to hang out, Steve. So we're glad you were down. I think a big surprise there. Kevin Harvick won the pole last year, 22nd. All right, guys, what's your favorite throwback paint scheme?
Well, I'm going to go with Ned Jarrett's throwback scheme that Clint Boyer is driving. Old gentleman Ned, he's such a good guy, and I just have so much respect for what Ned did for the sport. And I like these really old paint schemes that kind of take you back. And although I like numbers way on the back of the car, but back in the day, they were way forward, and I just think it looks cool.
Look at Ned. He's leaning out the window. Hey, guys.
Just a good guy.
My favorite's going to be another number 11, Denny's car. This is a throwback to him. 16-year-old Denny Hamlin won track titles at both Langley and Southside Speedway in 1997 driving this little 4-cylinder. And I like, on Denny's car, the numbers slid back a little bit. You got the Chesterfield trailer and hitch. Sponsorship on the door. Look at that car, man. It's a beautiful race car. Congratulations to Denny, his sponsors, FedEx, for allowing him to do this paint scheme. You know, all these sponsors have to bend a little bit and allow these guys to do what they want and get creative, and they certainly gave Denny free reign to do something really, really cool. So, beautiful race car.
All right, part-timer. Jeff Burton, you got to go. We've got a pre-race show that you got to get down onto the track for, so
I'll be watching.
That's an easy, pick and plug in there every week, but I certainly didn't see the speed in the Chevrolets yesterday to be able to go out there and dominate like they've done so far in these first 2 rounds.
We'll see if anybody held anything back or anybody's tires are a little bit better. The number will be set by Martin Truex Jr. to decide who has the fastest lap. He's the first out.
28 flat was fast in round 1, 28.16 in round 2. Truex at a 28.39. Probably not good enough for the pole. Hamlin's coming by. He was going to be a little faster to 28.33.
We heard Suarez say, I wonder what these guys are going to run, because he ran a 28.50. And he thought that that was going to be competitive or possibly competitive. Hamlin with a 28.33 fastest. Now Bowman, the first Chevrolet, and he is on the clock. We'll see how he does. He's in the green to start off. And he has been quick.
He's been quick in race trim too, man. Not just saying that because these guys have been working with him for so long, but he's had, looking at his time, he had great speed yesterday. Lost a little bit there, gaining it back. Not quite good enough. Lost a lot of speed down there in 3 and 4.
So that proves that Hamlin and Truex put up some pretty good numbers there as Bowman down to 3rd. Joey Logano. We'll see what his Ford has.
Casey Kane talked about 3 different variable lines in turn 3, trying to pick the right one and doing it, getting through there right, not making any mistakes as the driver. So hard to do, so hard to get through there and not overdrive some part of the corner.
Kyle Busch was in the green through 1 and 2, but has lost a bit now as he goes into 3 and 4.
But he backed up the entry to 3, and he gained some of it back.
Not enough. Denny Hamlin still on top. Kyle Busch 4th.
Newman was fast in a Chevrolet. Between him, Elliott and Larson, and William Byron, they still have a shot to get that pole for Chevrolet manufacturing.
So Hamlin has the number at 28.33. Eric Jones was in the green, now has slipped back into the red. We'll see Newman. He will finish his lap a little over 1/10 of a second behind Hamlin. He's 5th quickest. Chase Elliott is 7th quickest. Still 4 to go. Larson, who's shown a lot of speed, still has not been out onto the track or at least completed a lap.
Start of William Byron's run. Everybody seems to beat Denny into turn 1, so they're all getting off turn 4 really good. They just can't keep the lap going. I mean, right there, a little bit of an issue. Coming off turn 2 for William. Just very small imperfections in the laps, and it makes a big difference. By the end of turn 3, it's down a 10th. Well, it's a pretty good, consistent corner there. Lost a couple thousandths, 3 thousandths, 4 thousandths through turn 3 and 4. Here comes a guy I think that has a good chance of winning this pole. Kyle Larson, really good right there, man. Already up 0.5 losing a little bit here on corner exit. Stops the bleeding right there. Down the back straightaway.
Struggled a little bit getting up the hill through 1.
We'll see what he's got at 3 and 4.
Back the corner up good if he can make that gain on exit. Oh, it just doesn't look like it's happening.
Into the red. And Hamlin holds him off as well. Larson is 2nd.
That's going to be it. Kurt Busch 2.5 tenths off here in 3 and 4. Not going to be able to make that up on corner exit. I think Denny Hamlin's going to be your pole sitter.
Denny Hamlin with a throwback paint scheme to his younger years of when he was racing and just was really found by Joe Gibbs Racing. Will celebrate winning the pole for the Southern 500.
Race winner from last year in the Xfinity and the Cup Series, man. This guy's got his place figured out.
And it'll be difficult starting up front to get by Denny Hamlin. Has speed for a lap, and obviously we know that he can run the race at that pace as well, as he has had success at this racetrack. Denny Hamlin, a two-time winner here in Darlington. And all smiles for the driver of the 11. Talked about how J.D. Gibbs found him when he was racing at Hickory. And that's why he has J.D. Gibbs on his car, riding along with him all the time for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Good job. Hey, thanks, man.
120th career pole for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Zach, congratulations from Cole Pern.
How about that? Kelly.
All right, so Denny Hamlin now cooling off. He's going to have a quick change around for the Xfinity Series race. But how significant is this pole as you look to defend your Southern 500 championship from last year?
Well, yeah, I mean, the number one pit stall is obviously very important here. Excited about that. But really, you know, the team's done a great job with the car all weekend. So pretty optimistic and, you know, hopeful that we have a good, smooth race on Sunday and, you know, continue to build some momentum here over the next few weeks.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks.
All smiles for Denny Hamlin. So we said, who could upset that Chevrolet domination that we saw in round 1 and round 2? Well, it was Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, I mean, he's so good here. Won this race last year. His line here, I'm going to be watching tonight Xfinity race. His line here is so unique. He's found something over the last couple trips here, and it's been really impressive.
Make sure to switch over to NBC. Xfinity Series Countdown to Green is next, followed by Xfinity Series Racing. Coming up next here on NBCSN, motorcycle racing.